Hello, and welcome back to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. I'm Rosa.
And I'm still Sharyn.
And we thank you all for joining us again for another episode of our conversations. If you are new to our channel, please like, subscribe, and share our videos. We greatly appreciate you for that. So today, before we get into today's topic, we are going to do announcements and then shout outs. You got any announcements?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Got an announcement. Thank you for the encouragement that some of you guys have been giving me. I thank you so much for supporting me on my journey to wellness, if you will. And so somebody's out there, they all up there tracking me, but thank you for your support. And other than that, I think Rosa and I both had the same announcement, which is that we're getting very excited for Pride 23.
Yes.
And a lot of work goes into it, a lot of love, but we just hope y'all come on out and let's just have a good time.
Yes.
And that's in July, the third Sunday in July, the 16th of July at the Backspace.
All right. And we want to thank you for those who've already reached out who are coming to our party. So we're excited to meet you, excited to just party with you.
Yeah.
So that is all of the announcements, I believe, right? Okay. So y'all know this is my favorite part. Shout outs. Let's do shout outs. First,
You really do enjoy that. Okay.
Our first shout out goes to Retired and Loving It. And we love you for loving it.
Yeah.
So nothing wrong with hard work, and now you can enjoy it. I just appreciate you for being a subscriber.
Yes.
Next is Bradley G. Thank you, Bradley. We appreciate you, and I hope you are back from your travels. I know you went somewhere. Last but not least is our friend Felix A. Thank you for all of your comments on Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa.
Yeah.
We so appreciate you, and we appreciate you tuning all the way in internationally. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And people don't realize, over half of the people who subscribe to us do not live in the United States. So y'all all over the world,
But come on to the party anyway.
Yeah.
Get your flight and come on over here.
If you gotta go to San Diego.
Your passport stamped and come on.
Yeah. But we appreciate that.
Yeah.
We really do. We're all over the place thanks to communications, and we just the family is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we enjoy that, and we like that more men are tuning in. Thank you, and it's just good because we like hearing those other opinions and insights as well, and so y'all know who you are. Thank you to all of you.
Exactly. Okay.
Oof.
So let's get into today's topic. Today we're going to be talking about dealing with a jealous partner. So I'm sure Sharyn has some stories for you all.
No, it's never happened.
I don't have really a lot of stories for you all, but I got some. And so we'll just tell you what that is for us, and definitely we love to hear your opinion at any time.
And share your stories as well. Yeah, your stories as well, because sometimes we keep it light because we want to, or maybe the spirit just takes us there. And there's sometimes we get very serious about things that are serious.
Yeah.
So this is not jokey time. I'm telling you, this is a very serious subject. So first of all, hey, have you been involved with someone who's a very jealous person and became became your partner? Now that same jealous person is your jealous partner, because things just don't develop. They just, they're there already. Sometimes we just choose to ignore it. So today we're going to go a little bit somewhat deep tissue about dealing with a jealous partner.
And know that jealousy comes in different forms. So all jealousy is not going to be the same or look alike.
Right.
So
good point.
Knowing what you are looking at
is very important.
Very, very important. Because some people think the jealousy act could be, oh, that's so cute.
That's just the way she loved
when
me.
it might not be. But
Right,
go ahead.
right. So let's define it first. You know what I mean? Oftentimes people say jealous, but they really mean envious, or sometimes we act like they're so interchangeable, and not so fast. Not necessarily. When you are jealous, that means that you have very deep, passionate feelings about someone else's possessions. When we say possessions, we're not talking about people yet. We're talking about possessions. Period. You know what I mean? Like, you got what I want, and I hate the fact you got it. That kind of thing. Well, sometimes that materializes in other ways in your relationship. Jealous people, jealousy itself, you may very well be very angered about a past love in your partner's life, uncontrollable and irrational desires to control everything. And oftentimes, jealousy does come from, it's partner to controlling behaviors. Now, you say, oh, what that look like? If you're in a relationship, you know what it looks like. It is the fact that because I'm with you, I not only love you, want you, I need to control everything about you. I may be upset about your ex-husband, your ex-wife, your ex-lover, your ex-whatever, unreasonably. You say, well, she died 7 years ago. I'm still jealous. They're jealous of the fact that they weren't the first person in your life.
Right.
And like I say, it's right next door to extreme control. It's the thing of, I want to know everything that you did today, where you been, who you been with, and what you do. What did you do? All those things and not just with a passing curiosity, to an extreme point that you're almost uncomfortable telling your partner where you've been and what you did.
Right.
Because you don't know how they're going to fly off.
Right.
You just don't know. Well, how'd you know her? Well, why was she there? And what did y'all do? Well, who else was there? So it's the thing of, for example, everybody's grown. Everybody's grown, right? So with that, Rosa has a very, very busy life. I'm not so busy, but I'm enjoying the things that I do, and part of them is loving Rosa. Now, with that, Rosa lets me know her schedule. I let her know my schedule. Rosa had a life before she met Sharyn, and Sharyn had a life before she met Rosa. It's as simple as that. Okay? The fact that I may very well still have animosity or angered about someone that used to be in her life that I have no control over. I mean, unreasonably controlling. And so that will, if you will, kind of light the fuse to some things. So with Rosa and I, we'll start with our own example. But before I get there, talking about just being controlling and, if you will, jealousy, before we get to the next part, is, like I say, sometimes we interchange the jealousy for envy. Like I said, we want to be clear about the difference between jealousy and envy. Envy is just longing for something that you don't have. It is no more than your next door neighbor or your buddy at work. They bought that brand new 7 Series BMW, something that you would love to have. You may be just envious that Joan bought one. And you know what, baby, me and you, we can't afford one. So it's okay that you can be envious, but you're not hateful, you're not spiteful, you're not nasty. Right. It's no more than like Miss America contest when you don't get named the next Miss America. But you know what? I'm envious that, gee, I wish it was me, as opposed to saying I hate that it was her. Two different, you're at two different places, and people say, well, it's the same thing. No, it's not. Usually, envy is not as dramatic, not as emotional, and not as negative as jealousy can be. You've heard it encapsulated before somewhere in your life and say a jealous rage. They don't usually say an envy rage. It's jealousy, right. Extreme emotion, to the point that you can't control everything in your life, and you surely can't control what's in your partner's life. Yeah. Not to that extreme extent, you know what I mean? So just so we can have a working definition of it.
And jealousy can push you further than envy.
Oh, absolutely. Normally it does. You're well said. It pushes you further. Well, like I say, it's you light it with extreme heat. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's okay to be envious, like, oh, God, I love the way y'all do your lawn. I just don't have that kind of time. It is one of the best looking lawns on the block. That's just envy, but hey, you ain't going to commit that kind of time to it anyhow, right?
Right.
But jealousy, you might be going up there and I'm gonna pour bleach on the lawn
Right.
just to mess it up
Yep.
because it can take you there with those extreme negative feelings.
Right.
So what does this look like in relationship, folks? In relationships, how do you treat your partner and how do you allow your partner to treat you? It's when three questions will do, but you got 19 questions. Where you going? You said you're going to be at this restaurant. Well, who changed that mind? Well, you weren't at that restaurant. You were somewhere else. Well, who was all there? You told me. You didn't tell me Linda was coming. Well, who's Linda? Oh, Linda is the ex of the ex of the ex. Wow. So now you get ready to go into a rage just because your partner, who had no control that Linda was there because she's an ex of an ex of an ex and a friend of the new ex, it gets really convoluted and it gets very, I don't want to say silly because we have a right to our feelings, but it can become dangerous.
Yes.
It can become much less than positive. And so now the questions now seem like they go to a different level of accusations. And you're not just curious as to your wife, where your wife has been. You're now sitting home waiting for her to come home. And I already went to the restaurant and I saw four people there and you didn't tell me Linda was going to be there. That crazy kind of behavior.
Right.
Coming from jealousy. So how do people get this jealous? How do people become that way about you? Usually the person who's got that rage, that anger, it usually comes from a place of being insecure. It comes from a place that he or she probably have been hurt before, disappointed in love, and they haven't released it yet. So what they're doing right now, they are now still mulling over a hurt that was 7 years before you came into their life. So what they see is in you is that another opportunity for someone to hurt me. Wow. Well, how far do you get on that one?
Yep.
Right? The last person hurt me. I'm just waiting for you to hurt me. And before I let you hurt me, I'm going to make sure I don't do nothing stupid like I did because I gave her too much freedom. So I'm going to be on your ass all the time. All right? If you say you get to work at 7, let me call your job at 7:30 and you ain't there. Well, where you been? Those kind
Well,
of...
that could be a little distrust too.
Oh, of course it's
Because
distrust.
I think jealousy, moves for a broader action,
Yes.
and distrust moves to more questions and
Oh, they're first cousins, but one's
yeah.
here and the other one's there.
Yeah.
It's like when you ratchet it up, it goes up here. And
Yeah.
remember, everyone's got a right to their feelings.
Right.
But when they're founded on things that are not concrete, it's like, why would you be jealous of somebody named Linda that was in my life 7 years ago?
Right.
I haven't thought about her in 3 years. I ain't seen her in 5. But you jealous because there was a Linda in my life. You see how irrational that even sounds? So here comes
But
the
it
questioning.
also depends on the conversations you've had with your partners, because if we can use Linda as she's been using for an example, because if your partner dated Linda, let's say 7 years ago, 10 years ago, but maybe in a conversation they may have said, oh yeah, well, I was in love with my girlfriend Linda
At the time.
and she's probably my first love or something. So they know that, most people remember their first love,
Of course.
or has some type of some feelings for their first love.
Sure.
So if that's the case, then that's probably why your partner can be upset about Linda being there, because now they're like, okay, I already know how she felt about Linda. If Linda came up in the conversation, was like, oh, just a girl I dated, we tried to hook up 6 months ago, it didn't work. I mean, 6 months it didn't work, and blah 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 blah. So it's a little different when it's spent, when you're talking, when you're having that conversation and the story is spent a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So depending on how you portrayed who Linda was, I think that's when the insecurity or the jealousy can come in.
Okay. So, but first of all, thank you for the contribution, and you're definitely painting the picture well. Sound like you've been there. Uh-huh. So what I'm saying is, but for that to ignite that, I mean, it's like, okay, there's a flame, but there's some dry kindling over here. You just lit her off. and not even intentionally, because you can't make me go there unless I allow myself to go there. As simple as that. And remember, as we say often, everybody was an ex at one time. Right. Everybody is somebody's ex. But it also
depends on who you already are. If you are a jealous type person, it doesn't matter who Linda is.
Right.
But I can see jealousy coming in if you're not, haven't really been that jealous type person. But jealousy can creep in at any time in your life.
Well said.
I don't even see myself as a jealous person. I don't really have a jealous bone in my body. Regardless of what the heck she's saying, that's not even true.
Not by nature you're not. I don't think
when I met Sharyn, the mural that you all see behind us, Sharon's last partner, had that painted for her. And one thing Sharyn asked was that, did you want to get rid of the mural, because I know it represents who her late partner was. And I'm like, if Sharon's okay with it, I'm okay with it. I'm not that type that's going to come in, cut up old pictures, and why you got this picture up on the TV and blah, 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 blah. Now, I might ask because I just want to know.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do, if Sharon's hanging out with, some of her friends, I don't have a problem with that. As long as she's coming home at night and don't give me a reason to think that there's something else, I'm good.
Well, you're not the norm. You're not the norm.
Right,
but I'm going to say, when you meet people, when they come to your life, they come into your life as is. Right. So they already may be holding some stuff in their head, in their heart. And I don't know that. And here it is. I told you I'd be home at 5. I didn't get home to 9, and my battery went dead. Are you going to fall for the dead battery story? Yes, because that's what's true. So please don't even think it's just about your feelings as a couple. They may very well be jealous of your relationship with your mother, especially if they didn't have a good relationship with their mother. They upset about your first cousin Snooky. They upset about the girls who y'all always get together one night out of the month to have cocktails and sorrow.
Your children,
right? And the children, all of that feelings, right? It's anything that takes you away from them and that they have no control over. Right. Because if they don't have control over it, believe me, they're trying to get control over it. Do you need to see them so often? I can hear myself sometimes when I've questioned Rosa. I have no reason not to trust her, but sometimes every now and then I'm like, well, who's all going? Just a question.
That's because she's jealous.
No. We ain't even gonna make it about us.
A jealous partner.
But hold on, and that may be true to some degree. But
see,
just a little bit. But here it is. But I'm not insecure. No. I am very okay with who Sharyn is, and as I tell you, I've been loving women since you've been alive. As long as you've been living, I've been loving women. So this ain't my first rodeo. But one thing I do is that I'm very much in touch with my own feelings, and I also look at the origins of those feelings, and I'm like, well, where did that come from? I ask myself before you even see the show. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you so mad about that? You know what I mean? Because there's a reason. Right. There's a reason, and you didn't start the pile. You're not going to end the pile, but you threw something on the pile. Right. You know what I mean? Like, so it's going to be a barbecue, and you keep bringing the wood. Okay, right. Be careful with that, but be mindful of it. So before y'all can even have the conversation about it, you say like, why did you do this, whatever, it has to be in one of you or the other for you to even entertain it. Like, I didn't know she felt that way. Or, like I say, you come home 2 o'clock in the morning and, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, okay, she's not a casino girl. What else is open at 3 o'clock in the morning? Denny's. She don't eat at Denny's. Where you been? Where you been? You look, the church ain't open. The casinos you don't even do, and
like
you
I fell asleep.
Yeah. Well, I hope you woke now, and I mean the other woke. Okay. So if you want to, if we want to ha for a second. Between the two of us, and as you've seen the videos and you've seen bits of our personalities come through our conversations, which of the two of us do you think may be jealous? If any.
Well, we just told them.
Well, they may not have heard that. But see, by you saying you ain't jealous, that don't make it so.
No, I've never been jealous. I mean, there has been times where when I was saying jealousy can creep in, but by nature, I am good to go until I feel like something may be
Ain't
brewing,
wrong. Hmm.
but I don't come in as a jealous person. Matter of fact, speaking of neighbors, if you got a beautiful yard, I'm envious of that. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
because I already know I'm not getting out cutting my grass. So
Right.
I'm envious that you found the time to do
Right.
that and you do it often.
Yeah.
So, I mean, tell me what you're doing. Let's share
Yeah.
what works. So, yeah, no, I've never been,
Not by
envious
nature.
at
Right.
people at my job. When you get a promotion, hey, I
Happy
don't
for
want to be
you.
dealing with them folks anyway. I didn't put in for the promotion. I'm good. Now, if I
Yeah.
put in for it, it might be a little
Yeah, a
different.
little competition there. But
But
all cheers to the to the victor.
exactly,
Right. I ain't
exactly.
mad at you,
I'm
babe.
definitely not a sore loser. I've been playing sports all of my life, and yeah, if you won, hey, I'm coming up to give you your props. I'm not that. I'm not that person. We can still hang after the game. You on the other side of the
And
team.
and neither do I. I think I mirror that. However, it is different when it deals with
With your partner.
yeah,
Yeah.
with feelings and of the heart. It's
Yeah.
just your emotions are your emotions. So between the two of us, though I would like to say that I'm not a jealous person, I'm very rational. But that other twin will come in. That other twin, y'all know I'm a Gemini. That other twin may come in. So here we go. I can be, like I say, Rosa, not so much. But well, I can be had. If you make a good enough case, like, look, you know how you have suspicion but no evidence? I'm collecting evidence. So when we have that conversation, I'm ready for you.
You just be asking way too many questions, and it don't even allude to anything. Like, if I was doing something, you wouldn't even know I was doing something. So why even ask these
See,
questions?
now that's another show. So let's stay on
Yeah, we're
that.
gonna talk about that one too.
Right.
But I'm
Okay.
just saying.
So if you are with a jealous partner for whatever reasons, and now it's not just gone from thinking to actions, and the actions are no longer positive, they become abusive, loud, unwelcome, whatever the it is. When do you have the conversation?
Yeah.
And how do you have the conversation? Because some people get very volatile.
Yeah.
They can go off like, don't you be asking me. Everybody's grown, like you said. I remember as you was speaking about my late partner years ago. It was like when Rosa came into my life. How people everybody got photos and everything. Oh, no, that's me and so, and that's me and so, and that's the kids. Well, I saw several pictures of the ex-husband. How can I be jealous of somebody who don't matter no more? Excuse me.
Yeah,
to
but
me,
most of those was in the kids' room.
Right, but it doesn't matter. But the bottom line is, so what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna question my pictures of your ex-husband, and you were divorced 8 years before I even met you. Right. No, I can't even go back to. I'm not gonna be jealous of something that happened 20 years ago. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, that's a nice picture of him. Oh, you guys all look good. That's it. That's all. Okay, there are no. Oh, gee, I was talking to the ex, and it was the lights were off, and I was in the room, and we were on the phone for 2 hours. Says no one. Says no one in my house. Okay, so that irrational thing, you know what I mean? And it is irrational, but it makes sense if you are a controller and you are a jealous person and you really love you love this person. And I'm gonna tell you, when people who are extremely jealous, oftentimes they don't know how to love, and that's why they go to possession. I can love you, but I need to control you. I need to know everything about you. But sweetie, I'm not that control. I know it's not me.
But that's the difference, because let's go back to you talking about seeing pictures of the ex. I think to ask questions would be okay.
Sure.
Now, if I came home and all those pictures were gone, and you like, I got rid of them because I was tired of seeing, that's a different spin. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, let's be clear. You got a million pictures of the kids at different stages of development. You don't have a million pictures of your ex-husband, and why would you? And if you had them, if you had them, they would not be center in the living room. Right. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's irrational. Right. Well, do you got any more pictures of that mother? Well, burn them. Oh no!
But I remember when we started dating, and you had a couple pictures
Of some women that I had dated.
No, the woman you were dating before me.
Okay.
And like on the refrigerator and in the living room. And I'm like, we dating. So when she taking them down? Like, I wasn't going to go snatch them off the refrigerator, but I did have questions. I mean, like, are you still dealing with her? Because,
she shouldn't be on the refrigerator.
I'm just saying, people you put on your refrigerator, like I got a few people on our refrigerator.
The
Those
kids.
are the main ones. People, you want to see every day. You love them. I have my niece and her daughter on there. My kids. Your little man, you want to be the godmother of,
Yeah, Nikhil.
Yeah,
yeah.
Them only people. Like, if I got a picture of my ex sitting on the refrigerator, I got questions.
Yeah.
And it's not a jealous thing. I just want to know, when do you feel that would be appropriate to take down?
Yeah,
now, maybe,
So I could have done it sooner. I mean, I hear what you're saying, and thank you for bringing that up while we're on video. Thank you. No, but seriously, the pictures could have come down a little sooner. And as when I went to your home, I did not see pictures of exes. I found a couple because I was looking. Right. No, but seriously, I know I found a couple. They were like on the back of your dresser or something. But I'm like, look, it wasn't no competition. I'm like, she likes dark-skinned women. She likes light-skinned women. Whatever. Whatever it is you used to be, and now hear me. Hear me, I hear me. So, let's stay on point. The thing is, if you are dealing with an and I'd say not envious, but a jealous partner, it's like a slow poison. Yeah. You do need to address it because it usually doesn't get better. No. It gets worse before it gets better. So, have the conversation.
Yes.
This is and catch them while they are in their act. Like, don't wait for it. Well, 3 months ago, when we went to that barbecue, well, after the barbecue, you had did something. No, not 3 months ago. Catch them that evening.
Pull them over at the barbecue. Like, let's walk to the car.
Look, on the way home, we need to talk about that because,
not
sweetie,
even on the way home, because people don't even remember what they did 20 minutes ago. When was you talking about? You remember when we were standing right there? No, I don't remember. You remember? So
yeah.
Just pull them and like walk with me to the car.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, babe,
that's the signal.
You are out of you are wrong. You out of pocket.
Right.
You are rude. I'm not going to be embarrassed.
To Sally and,
right. You went off in front of our friends or whatever.
Right.
I'm like, you need to check your behavior because I'm not even embarrassed, but I'm tired of your act.
Right.
Now, what set you off? The food was good. The music was great. The people were very pleasant.
Right.
What the hell set you off? Right. I don't know. You know what I mean? Well, because some people are so jealous. I'm jealous of the sun when she's out in the sun. I don't want the sun touching her. Well, you are really irrational, sweetie. You know what I mean? Right. But you do need to have the conversation because you address the behavior, make them mindful of the behavior, let them know how you felt about the behavior, and listen, is there anything we need to do so that we can redirect this or just stop this, because you evidently don't know how it makes me feel when you act like that, and your friends already talking about, girl, they raising hell in that car right now, because Rosa didn't want to go for that. I'm not going to embarrass myself. I'm not going to embarrass my wife. Now, if we need to have some one-on-one dialogue, some meaningful dialogue, we're going to have it. Right. Whether it's her behavior, I saw it, didn't like it, didn't understand it, or the reverse may be true. Because, like, I call Rosa on her stuff. I do. Mm-hmm. I call her on it. She calls me on mine. Now, seldom, we don't usually have to have those deep conversations, but every now and then, like, hold up, wait a minute. What did you say? You know what I mean? And she's just feeling her airy self, or whatever it is. And, I'm kind of glib at times, so I know I done said something that didn't hit her ear well. But when we go out and we're in public, I'm not going to embarrass her. She's not going to embarrass me. And I'm like, honey, if that's your act, don't book it again because I didn't care for it. Mm-hmm. Especially if you're trying to show how much control you got over somebody. And that's what you do, and it's such a fear-based behavior.
Yeah.
How people say in the middle of the argument, like, okay, who hurt you? Because this ain't coming from me. Right. Who hurt you? Because I've done nothing but try to love you. And try to,
if you have a, I'm sorry.
No, please.
But if you have a jealous partner and you're trying to have that conversation and they don't want to, they're not the one for you. It's time to just walk away. Because if somebody can't even hear your feelings or what they did, and made you feel a certain way, that's dangerous.
It can be. It can become dangerous.
No.
I'm not saying everything goes
If
from
I
zero
tell
to.
you at the picnic you embarrassed me and you shouldn't have been pulling up your skirt and it's 19 people seeing you and because you got drunk too much, maybe we need to talk about you drinking or talking about your behavior out in public, or we just won't come out in public together. But whatever it is, that person of course may get defensive or whatever the case may be. But if they can't hear you, if they can't come back to you and say, you're right, let's do this, or I'm willing to have an open dialogue, whatever it is, if they can't do that, then that's not good.
It's not, you're not going in the right direction. But what I will also insert in that is the fact that however your partner's, your girlfriend, your lover's behavior is that you don't like, it's not just because she's doing the behavior, it's because you can't control her. Right. And that's what it is. And because you're so jealous and like you pulled up your skirt or you did something, you did whatever bizarre behavior happened. Because it don't take much. If you're really a jealous person and insecure and got some issues and don't know how to love and your last two people hurt your heart, honey, it's almost you playing with a stick of dynamite. You don't know when this thing gonna blow.
Right.
It really isn't, because like I say, it's all about the control. Mm-hmm. And not that they think they okay. I'm a good woman. I come home every night. I get you anything you want. And, I'm nice to your mama and your daddy, who I don't like. All of that, and I can't control you. When I tell you to be quiet, I need you to be quiet. When I say let's go, let's go. Like, hey, baby, but no, they get ready to play my song. Well, play it in the car. Let's go. That's control, sweetie.
You always saying let's go.
I didn't say it. Wait a minute. I know you're going to make it about me. I'm saying I can see it in myself to some degree, but not to the extreme level. When I say let's go, it's because let me, not that I feel the need to defend. I get up at 4:30 in the morning and I don't take a nap. So when Rosa wants to go, hold on. Rosa wants to go somewhere, like I've been, oh my God, let me go take a shower, wake up and everything and fluff up. The thing don't even start at 9. I want to be there at 9 so we can leave at 10. The people who get there early want to be the first one to leave. You know that, right? Rosa want to get there at 10 and okay, it's midnight. Okay, it's 1 in the morning. And she be acting like she just got released from prison and hasn't partied lately. And I'm like, I'm ready to go.
But if the tables were turned, I'd be like, okay, she look like she having a good time. I'm going to go to the car then. Because, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired. Like, let the person do what they got to do.
What do you do when I'm ready? I still want to play at the casino and she get tired. What do? You go into the car. Right. There you go.
I don't be like, let's go. I'm just like, okay, let her stay. She's in her element. I'm okay with that. I'm going to go to the car. I just go to the car.
Let me say, look, this evidently is couples therapy because we're ready to get deep here. It'd be different if we haven't rehearsed already. I'm saying, sweetie, we're gonna get there about 9:15. We do not have to close the place. There's 40 other people having good. Hold on. And so I'm saying, if we get there 9:15, can we leave at 11? No, Rosa like they haven't played my song yet.
You don't know how you feeling. You might want to stay because sometimes you get to places you ready to go when you arrive.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, okay, I'm having a good time. It's not something you do every day, so why not?
But what happens when it happens almost every weekend? Maybe not every weekend, but every time we go somewhere, and usually it's some place that she wants to go, which I don't poo-poo it. I'm so either I was like, babe, I really just don't feel like it tonight. She's gonna go by herself because Rosa will leave me at home. She will leave me, and look, she might make me some.
If I know it's a place where if I'm gonna get there and want to enjoy it, and I know she's gonna be ready to go, you're not even coming. Because we're not having this conversation or discussion. You stay here, watch your Law and Order. I'll be back.
And thank you for the popcorn.
Yes.
But that don't hurt me because that's all I wanted to do. I don't feel like going out tonight. Ain't like we don't go out during the week. Ain't like we don't go. Look, she is not in prison. So listen. So what I'm saying is, if I was a jealous or very, very insecure person, that would not work for me because now she's just taking the control from me. I ain't got control of. Not that I should have it. Because everybody's grown. But that is, that's irrational thinking. But remember, we're talking about jealousy. We're talking about your partner who look, don't want to let you out their sight.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I don't care if Rosa goes out. I get a waiver when she like, I ain't gotta go. Oh, I'm good, babe. I'm like, you be careful out there now. And that's where I'm at, because not just because I'm older, but it's just like some things just don't turn me on as much as they turn her on. And the reverse is true. So we're usually like, okay, we went to your thing last month, go to my thing this month, and we work it out like,
Yeah.
girl, look, I'm tired of you and them crazy old retired sailors. Well, that's okay. We'll just deal with them for the evening. I don't and what will really do it for it, this is what I felt, when you throw water in a hot boiling oil because you know it's getting ready to pop. This is all I gotta say that make her pop. I don't ask for much.
That will make me pop because she asked for a lot. She thinks it's not much.
So when I say that, it's like throwing a grenade in the door and you run for your life, because I know that's going to piss her off, because in my mind, I don't ask for that much.
That's correct, in her mind.
So bringing it back full circle here. So what does that have to do with jealousy, and what does that look like, and how is it that we think we're different from the jealousy that you may experience? Is that, first of all, we admit to, we admit to our shit. Okay, hey babe, you need to work on this, or you need to think about how that makes me feel. And once she says, okay, boo, she might not say it then, but she might, go to work the next day, like, boo, yeah, I could have acted differently on that, or she may call me on mine. Or you ever see, like, remember, she's young, but she ain't that young. Menopause is in our life now. So I don't know how we're going to react to things. I really don't. So all I'm saying is, I don't think we have the control issues. I don't think we have the jealousy. And that's because, speaking for myself, I try not to take advantage. I just try not to, you know what I mean? Like, oh my, okay, you did this the last 4 times. Like, for some reason, neither one of us like to go shopping for food, but there's got to be food in the house, and obviously I haven't missed a meal. So what I think is funny, she said, well, okay, well, I say, Rose, I'm not counting, but I've gone shopping for the last 3 times. What, you got to keep count now? I said, well, do you mind going? Because going up and down the aisle looking for food is the last thing I want to do, especially when COVID happened and things, I'm just like, no, look. So putting that out there, and it is real, you know what I mean? So I call her on it. She calls me. I say, okay, well, let's just eat all the food in the house, and when it's empty, and we'll see who goes shopping. That ain't gonna work either. So I usually give in, because people think when you're retired that you enjoy going food shopping. I never enjoy going food shopping.
Instead of going to the casino, she just can't go to the grocery store.
Well, they ain't the only other place I go. I see old friends. I do stuff, but I let you.
But you don't do shopping. You do stuff. Y'all heard it here.
So here we go. So let's wrap this up. Let's go back to the meat of it, about if you're dealing with a jealous person. How do you handle it? First of all, you need to recognize it. You do need to recognize it. You call them on their behavior. You let them know how their behavior makes you feel. And the both of you record like, well, hey, sweetie, I don't want to keep getting into this argument with you. What's the recommendations? Right. Either you not come with me, or you do come with me. And if you come with me, let's have a good time. Let's get past your issues. Right. Because right now it's not working for me. You know what I mean? It's making you feel less than, this is not the way I need to be loved.
Right.
Pow, pow. This is not the way I need to be loved by you. This controlling thing is just too much. You call, and I say this often, but I really mean it. Change happens in the moment. Change is when you was getting ready to say something wrong, something unwelcome, and it's just you're not even solving the problem or the issue. It just goes into a bigger fight in a different direction. I just wanted to tell her that she need to ease up on the control thing. If I tell you I'm going to go meet my friends down at Baja Betty's, I'm going to meet my friends down at Baja Betty's. At least 3 times in a month, I have lunch with a friend. And everybody knows I'm on Weight Watchers, so like anywhere where there's a good salad, that kind of thing. So I do that. Hey babe, I'm going to meet him at 12. I should be home by 3. And she may do the reverse to me. Hey, we're going out for drinks afterwards, and I should be home by 7, babe. I just want to know because I care, because there's traffic, and I care about my sweetie. I'm not trying to be controlling. I just manage my expectations. So I tell you, I don't think we have to tell you when you're in a controlling relationship or a dysfunctional relationship, or one that's your partner is based on jealousy. You know what I mean? The way they interact with you. You know when you are. The question is, what are you going to do about it? And how far do you let it go? And like I said, you must let them know how it makes you feel. Listen, I know we're going a little longer than usual, but some things just, they're just so important that we do have to talk about it. We do have to have the conversation. And again, for the record, Sharyn's not controlling? No, not really. No?
Okay.
No, I'm not saying, I mean, that's, you think I'm controlling?
Very much so.
I think I would be. I would be if I could be, but I can't with you. She's an Aries. I can't win. You got anything?
Nope.
Okay. Well, we're there.
Yep.
All right. Well, that wraps us up. Just like I say, we went a little longer than we normally do, but we just wanted to hit some of those, some of those things that pinch us, But if you are in a relationship with a very jealous person, you need to recognize that, and we hope that you can find your way. They can change their behavior so that y'all can still work it out. But if you can't work it out, you got to let it go or back away from it until they get better, right? So that's all I got. So until next time, we're wishing you
the very best of all good things. Stay safe and stay woke. Thank you.